Hello, my name is Christian Heshley. I am doing a leadership analysis of Bill Belichick while he was head coach for the Cleveland Browns for Management 478 Leadership Capstone at Central Washington University. The basic situation that this is, some backstory. Bill grew up around football. His father was an assistant coach at Herman College and a scout for the Navy. Uh, Learned playing football by helping his father do plays at the college and things of that nature. Um, he had a head coach in high school football who heavily influenced him by not seeing color but just seeing who can play and who couldn't. Went to Phillips Academy where he learned how to have a very good and hard work ethic. Um, from there, he got an assistant coaching job later at the Baltimore Colts, where he basically chauffeured the head coach, edited films, charted plays, and then helped coach special teams. He was, from 1976 to 1977, he was assistant coach at the Detroit Lions. 1978 at the Denver Broncos, and then from 1979 to 1991, he was the assistant coach at the New York Giants under Bill Parcells. There, he basically did special teams, defense, and linebacker positions, coached those, and was given much latitude by Bill Parcells to do what it is that he saw fit in those areas, and it worked well. In 1991, he was made head coach of the Cleveland Browns. The Browns at the time were a team that were on the verge of possibly being a Super Bowl team. They had the highest winning percentage of the 1980s of any team in the NFL and had a lot of veteran players. Um, Bill Belichick quickly made his authority known to all players and everyone on the team and ran the entire place like a military camp. Um, he was very analytical, knew what he was doing, paid attention, was very detailed. However, throughout the whole thing, as a player said, I don't think he was interested in becoming your friend in any way, shape, or form. He didn't endear himself to anyone. There was nothing to love there except hope we would win. He just really wanted to win and wasn't interested in making relationships in any way. He would work during the season from about 5 or 6 in the morning till 11 at night, oftentimes sleeping in a cot in his uh, office, and would do that even sometimes during the off season as well. He worked so hard that someone said that he nearly isolated himself, and he would try and do everything: offense, defense, contract negotiation, personnel negotiations, instead of just letting other people do that. In 1993, Belichick was released Bernie Kosar, the starting quarterback and a beloved character in Northwest Ohio or Northeast Ohio for many years, and because of that, fans started demanding that Belichick would leave the Browns. He also had poor relationship with his owner, Art Modell, mainly because Art Modell wanted immediate results as soon as possible, and that was not able to occur with the team that they had. It would take a little bit more time. He also had poor relations with the media, which put a lot of people against him in the city from that point of view also. Eventually, it was said that that the Cleveland Browns were going to move to Baltimore, hence the little flub there, and they didn't want to keep Belichick on any longer, so they released him midway through that season before they moved, and only won one more game out of the 8 games remaining in that season. The first leadership theory that I will use to analyze this is the trade approach, which basically says that there are certain qualities that a leader has that determine whether or not they can be a leader. And while Bill Belichick may have some of these good qualities, they're hard to discern from any good qualities from this case or from just watching him in general. It's a very poor theory in the beginning. I feel that it doesn't really. He's very hard to apply to this scenario. The next one that I will do is the 3 skills approach, which is part of the skills theory. This one basically says that you have 3 levels, lower management, mid management, upper management, and you have 3 different skills that you utilize in each of them, some more than others. You have technical skills, human relational skills, and conceptual skills. I would say that Bill Belichick was at the time a middle management type of person, since being on the field, he was required to use a lot of technical skills while also being in contact and relations with upper management a lot and doing things with them, needing conceptual skills as well. However, I feel that he lacked human skills throughout the whole time he was there, which detrimented him greatly. Another one is the skills model from the same theory, skills theory. It was developed by studying military personnel, which I feel is relevant because it might apply more to Bill Belichick since he grew up around military people and that way of life. It basically has 3 different categories: individual attributes, which are cognitive ability, crystallized cognitive ability, motivation, and personality, which lead to competencies, which are your problem-solving skills, social judgment skills, and knowledge. And this then leads into leadership outcomes, effective problem-solving, and performance. You also have your career experiences, which affect your individual attributes and competencies, and environmental influences, which affect your leadership outcome as well as competencies and individual attributes. I feel that Bill Belichick was very well off in individual attributes. He had good cognitive abilities, both general and crystallized, was very motivated, probably didn't necessarily have the best personality though. Competencies, I feel that he had good problem solving skills, was very knowledgeable, but did not have good social judgment skills. I say this because of the way he treated and a lot of his players and other people talk about him. It seems like he did not have much in the way of any relations to people at all. And I feel that there was a few environmental factors that affected his leadership, the outcome of it. One of those being his attitude towards reporters, kicking them out, making it so that they had to go through a lot of hoops to talk to people on the team and to him. I feel that that turned them against him right off the bat, turning a lot of people in Cleveland against him, so that when he started to fail, they were more quick to jump on him and demand that he be fired. Another one is the style approach leadership grid, which I would say that Bill Belichick was in the lower right hand corner of situation or authoritarian compliance management, which basically says, which is very task oriented, very little relationship. Basically, people are tools. You do what I say, or I'm gonna like throw you out or kill you or something. I don't know. Something along those lines, though. Next one will be situational approach, which basically different situations demand different types of leadership. You have coaching, directive. I would say that actually Bill Belichick was a directive style of leadership, since he was very directive but low in supportive behavior. Final one is contingency theory, which talks about how with these certain circumstances going on, you want this type of leader. From the Browns at the time and the structure of the organization, and when he first joined, I would say that the leader-member relations, how he related to those underneath him, were poor. The task structure, though, I would say was a high task structure that they there was definitely a lot of organization there. It was well tasked. His position power was high, being head coach. Um, this results in a appropriate leadership style for the situation, being relational, meaning he would want to befriend more of the people on the team and get them to understand and build relationships where they each can understand and respect each other, instead of what he went with, which was more task oriented leadership. I feel that if he had been more relational, it would have worked out better for him, that he would have done better, because the way he did lead, he made himself an enemy to most of the people on the team, which made them not want to work as hard or at all. Um, so to summarize, uh, Bill Belichick is very task orientated, had very little human skills, which I think hurt him and his leadership a lot. And yeah, that's it. This is Christian Heschley doing a leadership analysis of Bill Belichick at the Cleveland Browns for Management 478, Leadership Capstone at Central Washington University.